Good morning. How are you? I'm Mrs. Bello, your mathematics teacher for today. And the topic we're treating today is approximation. Approximation, that is calculating using standard form, significant figure, and approximating of number to decimal place and significant figure. Now, our objective for this topic is at the end of the topic, students must be able to approximate to the nearest whole number, tens, hundreds, decimal, and significant figures. Now, I've been saying approximation, approximation. Now, what is approximation? Approximation is the process of using rounded value when presenting numerical data and making rough calculation. It also involves the analysis of outcome arising from rounded figure. Like what approximation, just approximate it. Whenever someone give you, let's say I give you 96 naira, you will be like, approximate it to be 100 naira now. Just make it to be 100 naira. You understand? Just make it to be 200 naira rather. So that's what we mean by approximation. Now, rounded figure. Number can be rounded off to the nearest hundred, tens, and whole number, etc., or to give a number a decimal place. The digits 1 to 4 are rounded up to 0 and discarded, while the digits 5 to 9 are rounded up to 1 and add to the next digit. Example, we are asked to round off 163.864 to A, one decimal place, B, nearest whole number, and C, to the nearest hundred. Now, the A, you have to round it over the digits given to you over to the one decimal place. Now, what you are going to do here, what they're asking you to do here is after the decimal point, we need just one digit. And now it's not possible for you to just cut off the numbers at the back of the one decimal place. All you have to do is you have 163.864. That means we need, after the point, we need just one number, which is 8. But we can't just write 8. We are going to check the number that follows it. What's the number that follows it, that comes after it? That is 6. Now, are we going to round 6 up to 1, or we round it down to 0? We round it up to 1. So we take it as 1 and add it to the previous value, the previous digit, which is 8. That makes it to be 9. That means to round this digit up to one decimal place is going to be 163.9. I take it again, 163.9. That's the first one they asked us to do. Now, the second one, we are asked to round up to the nearest whole number. To the nearest whole number simply means we don't want decimal. We want it to be a whole number. Now that means the decimal side we go. We don't want it. But we can just eliminate them too. We have to apply the rule. Now, the number that comes after the decimal point, is it rounding up to 1 or rounding down to 0? We will round it up to 1 because it's 8. Then we add it to the last digit before the decimal point, which is 3. 3 plus 1 will give us 4. That is to the nearest whole number. Then C, we are asked to round up to the nearest hundred. Now, you and I both know that for a number to be in hundred, it has to have how many zeros? Two zeros. Now, that means for us to round it up to the nearest hundred, we check the number that comes after the first digits. The first digit is 1, and the next value that comes after it is 6. So we round the 6 up to 1. 1 plus 1, that will give us 2. That means we're going to have 200 to the nearest hundred. Now, that's for rounding up. Now we move on to significant figure. The significant figure of a digit depend on its location, on its position in the number. Also, you must know that if zero begin a number, such zero or zeros are not significant. You won't count them. That's what it means. They are not relevant. You won't count them as part of the significant figure. Example, if we have 0.0085 and you are asked to take this to one significant figure, the zeros that come first is not part of it. The first number, the significant figure will be 8 and 5. That's where we start. So that means our significant figure, one significant figure of is 0.0085 maybe is 0.009. Do you understand that? But if zeros falls between non-zero digits, that is, we add zero within them. Let's say we have 4.0213. Zero is in between real numbers. Then the zeros are relevant. It's part of the significant figure. Example, we are asked to round off 0.002487 to A, one significant figure, B, two significant figure, C, three significant figure, 0.00248 7. Now, to one significant figure is going to be 0.002. Since the digits that follow 2 cannot be wound up to 1, but rather to 0, that means we discard it, then our one significant figure of that number will be 0.002 because the 30 that comes before 2 are not significant. Now, B, to two significant figure, we have a 0.0022487. Now, since the digit that follows 4 can be rounded up to 1, then we add it to the 4. That will give us 5. That means to two significant figure, we are going to have 0.0025. I hope you are getting it. Now, C, we are asked to round it up to three significant figure. Then it's going to be 0.00294. Since the digits that follow 8 can also be rounded up to 1, then we add it to the 8 and it gives us 9. Now, let's take a look at more example. Round off each of the following to the appropriate figure. A, 8.026 to three significant figure and 50.95 to two significant figure. If you can see, if you look clearly, you will see that 8.026, we have 0 in between. That means the 0 is part of the significant figure, right? That means we're going to have 0.03 to three significant figure. We need just three values, all and all. Since the 6 will be rounded up to be 1, we add it to the what's it called? We add it to the 2, then it will give us 3. Then example 2, which is 50.95 to two significant figure. That means we just need two value. We don't need more than 2. That means the next value after the decimal point is what? 9. And 9 will be rounded up to 1. We add it to the 0, then we have what? 51. So that's that. Thank you.